Nonograms, also known as Picross, Griddlers, Pick-a-Picks, and various other names, are picture logic puzzles in which cells in a grid must be colored or left blank according to numbers at the side of the grid to reveal a hidden picture. In this puzzle type, the numbers are a form of discrete tomography that measures how many unbroken lines of filled-in squares there are in any given row or column. For example, a clue of 4, 8, 3 would mean there are sets of 4, 8, and 3 filled squares in that order with at least one blank square between successive sets. Shout out to whoever wrote that opening paragraph in the Wikipedia page so I could copy and paste it onto the opening segment of this video. And now that everyone has a working knowledge of what a Picross is, we can talk about Mario Super Picross. Released in 1995 for the Nintendo Super Family computer and only recently made available to worldwide audiences in 2020 via Nintendo Switch Online subscription service gimmick thing, which is what we're playing this on today. Now, if that isn't a mouthful, then I don't want to know what is. So, don't bother. Mario Super Picross is a game about Picross, which you chisel spaces using the numbers on the columns and rows as clues as to where you're filling, in order to create a rudimentary image on a piece of slab. You have 30 minutes to solve the puzzle, but be careful, as every wrong move will deduct time from your clock and leave you with overall less time to complete the puzzle. This becomes somewhat of a problem as you tackle the larger puzzles in the higher levels, which naturally get more complex as you progress farther into the game. Fortunately, your progress is saved via battery backup, which is a good thing as there are over 200 puzzles for you to solve. After clearing the first level's worth of puzzles, you'll unlock a Wario variant of Picross, which is another set of Picross puzzles, but without time limits, penalties, or anything of the sort. You merely attempt to solve the puzzle at your own pace, at your own leisure, and once you solve the puzzle, the picture will reveal itself. And the round ends when you either quit or you solve the puzzle. Mario Super Picross is, well, it's a vaguely interesting set of puzzles, fairly rudimentary stuff, but otherwise challenging to solve. There's a gradual difficulty curve as the game starts with small slabs, and then gradually gives you bigger ones as you progress onwards. And the complexity of each subsequent puzzle means thinking long and hard on which spots to save, and which spots to chisel away. And with larger puzzles, too many errors can leave you with little time to succeed, but you could always try again or use the hint function to clue you in at the cost of some time. The controls are very basic, easy to pick up and play, easy to grasp, and fairly functional for a game of this type. The D-pad moves your cursor, B button marks your squares for preservation, and A button reveals the chisels and stuff. You can also highlight the numbers to help you out in keeping track of things, and it's fairly simple to pick up and grasp the controls, and it's entirely functional. Also, Mario Super Picross supports the Super Famicom mouse accessory, which I'd imagine works fairly better for this sort of game. Presentation of Mario Super Picross is fairly basic, but does the job in giving you all the necessary information in a fairly immaculate and orderly fashion. The pictures you get when you solve the puzzles are crudely drawn, but they need to fit with the design you created, and some of them even animate, which is a rather nice touch. Not much to say about Mario Super Picross's visual presentation. It's basic, it's functional, it's perfectly fine. Sound-wise, it's a thing that exists. The game offers a selection of tunes you could pick from in the options, but they're all just background wallpaper music that's just there to fill a void, and the sound effects are also just there. Nothing special in this regard. Overall, Mario Super Picross is, well, it's logic puzzle gaming at its best in 16 bits. For those who have never attempted a Picross puzzle, there's a tutorial to ease you in provided you could read Japanese, but the game does demonstrate how to play with a functioning visual aid, so beginners shouldn't have an issue picking this up and playing right away. Picross as a whole is an acquired taste. Not everyone's going to dig it, but if you do and you enjoy a little Super Mario flavor in your Picross, you could do worse than Mario Super Picross on Super Famicom, now available on Nintendo Switch Online service. Good lord, that sounded like an advert. God damn. Okay, fuck it, we're keeping it in. Good night.